All right, man, peace. So the New York Knicks recently announced the hiring of Mr. David Fizdale as their new head coach. I think that is a good hire. Now they're alleging, supposedly, that it may help them land Mr. LeBron James. As we all know, the Knicks have an ice cube's chance in hell of landing LeBron James. But they're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna chime in.
Huge congrats to David Fizdale, his beautiful wife Natasha. You guys just heard it according to our Adrian Wojner.
Yeah, the Instagram thotty, his wife Natasha. Look, man, hey, I guess she make money how she make money. If the brother don't care, I don't care. I mean, even if he did care, I wouldn't care. But brothers, once again, you dealing with these broads and they all over social media showing their ass cheeks. That's a concubine. That's not a wife.
Fizdale has agreed to a 4-year contract to become the next coach of the New York Knicks. Now, according to the New York Post, the Knicks are preparing to make a run at who? LeBron James. Fizdale was an assistant with the Heat, winning 2 championships with LeBron. The two still remain.
Even Max Kellerman is smiling because he knows the Knicks have absolutely no chance of landing LeBron James. They would have to land Paul George and a couple of other B-level free agents to even have a chance at LeBron.
Close. Stephen A., do you like this hire, and could Fizdale land LeBron?
I like it, but I don't love it because we all know my preference was Mark Jackson, number one. Number two.
Well, Mark Jackson is not going to get another job in the NBA because of how he fell out with ownership over in Golden State. The NBA is a super liberal league, and they do not want any coaches that try to align themselves to the Bible in any way, shape, or form. So, Mark Jackson is out, and he's not coming back.
Number two, you're absolutely right. Fizdale's decision-making is extraordinary. His wife is lovely. Number three.
Now, that's Exhibit A in regards to what I just told you, brothers. Stephen A. Smith is not supposed to be making those type of statements about that man's wife, but why does he feel like he can do so? Because she's showing her ass cheeks on social media. So it's pretty much the common perception of most men that even if they don't try to hit on the broad, that she's fair game to comment on because she chooses to show her body.
Let's get to this coaching situation as it pertains to Fizdale and why he was not my first choice. Has absolutely nothing to do with basketball. I believe he can coach. I believe for the most part he has great player relations. LeBron James, D. Wade, and others swore by him. They've sworn by him in the past. They swear by him now. They feel very adamant that he is a good coach. They never thought that he should have been relieved of his duties rather in Memphis, just because Marc Gasol, he didn't get along with him in the end because he was willing to challenge him. That was Memphis Grizzlies dropping the ball. That wasn't David Fizdale. That was their fault. But having said all of that, he is 50-51 as a coach, and we shall see what he's doing. Here's the reality. Steve Mills and Scott Perry on the hot seat. Fizdale's got to get it done because, as I've said many occasions, Max, it's not just about the basketball coach. It's about the culture. I have no questions about Fizdale as a coach personally. I have a lot of faith in him, and I'm happy for him because I'm genuinely fond of him, and I wish him nothing but the best. But I wanted Mark Jackson because Mark Jackson is the native New Yorker. He's a voice that speaks to you that you will believe. He's somebody that can offset some of the rhetoric that James Dolan and the honchos at Madison Square Garden try to descend upon the basketball franchise.
Well, Mark Jackson is not going to refute James Dolan, not if he wants to keep his job. He's not going to go against James Dolan and his cabal there. So Stephen A. Smith, once again, is showing that he's the normal Knicks fan. I've stated this before. So many Knicks fans, especially prominent ones like him, are like a chick that's never happy. They want to bitch and complain about every damn thing and act as if they're fans of the Boston Celtics or the LA Lakers or teams that have a history of winning. The Knicks have won 2 championships, and they did so almost 50 years ago. One 45 years ago and the other one 49 years ago. And Knicks fans run their mouth and talk and act as if this is a dream job for everyone or that every great player wants to come to New York, and that's not the case. No, everyone does not want to be in New York. And one of the main reasons is that, number one, they don't trust the ownership. Number two, they don't want to put up with the media, especially if they're not going to come into an environment that they feel like is conducive to winning. And Stephen A. Smith is part and parcel of that. He talks too damn much. And once again, Mark Jackson will not land a job in the NBA again, unless he's fortunate enough for a relatively conservative owner to give him an opportunity.
I think he can offset that. I don't know if Fizdale can do it to New Yorkers. Anywhere else, yes. But in New York, because of the history with James Dolan, that's where my trepidation lies. But I like Fizdale, and obviously he deserves a shot, so I wish him nothing but the best.
As you know, I think the Knicks are a dysfunctional organization.
I agree.
Headed by James Dolan. A fish rots from the head down, and
I agree, sir.
What that organization has is a rotten fish head. But I will say this. Fizdale's an excellent hire. Fizdale, I believe, has the highest floor of any of the head coaching possibilities available, and also has tremendous upside. And at any rate, I don't consider him a retread because he was succeeding in Memphis given the circumstances there and should not have been fired. He's excellent. So that's
He was doing moderately well with the Memphis Grizzlies. The problem with that team is that they're a team in the midst of a transition. He needs to have the ability to turn over that roster, and Marc Gasol, I think, understood that his time was up as being considered a prominent player or the alpha on that team, and he wanted to have a little mano a mano with David Fizdale, as if to tell him, look, you're a new coach, you're not going to tell me what to do, I'm Marc Gasol. But once again, Marc Gasol has never won shit. So, but still, he's going to win that mano a mano all day, every day. So David Fizdale was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. This will be a better opportunity for him, and I think that it was a better selection for the Knicks than even a Mark Jackson, because Mark Jackson is still kind of stuck in the 80s and 90s style of play.
a great hire by the Knicks, I think. Also, if someone were to say, okay, we're doing a kind of league-wide drafts with all the coaches and players, and this team, who's their head coach? Fizdale. Who's their franchise player? Porzingis. Okay, I'm listening. What else you got? You know, where else you gonna go? But yeah.
That's why I state the only way that the Knicks would have a chance at LeBron is if they could sign Paul George first. And then maybe they could sell the coach along with Porzingis as well as Paul George. And I mean, they got some other little pieces there as well. They got some nice young talent. They have Enes Kanter, even though we already know that Enes Kanter and LeBron don't get along. That's probably why they forced Enes to make that declaration over social media, because they know they already have a plan in motion, most likely that they're going to try to get Paul George and then see if they can utilize all of the moves that they've made to make a big play for LeBron.
But you have a coach and you have a franchise player in New York right now. So credit where it's due. I believe the Knicks got this one right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I still think there's a question mark there, but I like Fizdale. You can't get Mark Jackson. I definitely like Fizdale for the job, but again, if they're under pressure, they better have gotten this right.
Stephen A., before we go, any predictions for tonight? You think the Pelicans can get a win?
No, the Pelicans will not get a win. They're gonna get mollywopped by Golden State. As we already know, that series is in the past. But anyway, brothers, we'll see what happens with the New York Knicks and their new coach, as well as the possibility that they can allocate Mr. LeBron James. So peace.